Dear Presidency's SB chairs, colleagues, this video statement is delivered on behalf of the EU and its 27 member states. The past 10 days allowed for substantive exchanges crucial to the success of intergovernmental processes and the implementation of the Paris Agreement. The views shared by delegates and representatives of constituted bodies during the discussions, as well as the presentations by international organizations, the scientific community, and civil society greatly contributed to the richness of our debate. We had a good start of the structured expert dialogue, valuable information provided by the IPCC, as well as instructive research dialogue and Earth Information Day. Even with a temporary reduction in greenhouse gas emissions due to COVID-19, experts confirmed we are still seeing an increase of CO2 concentrations. The push for a green recovery is even more urgent. We have useful presentations in the long-term finance workshop. As finance remains key for increasing global ambition, the EU remains committed to the goal set out in the Convention and the Paris Agreement. Evidence shows that the EU continued to scale up climate finance in 2019, and we have also delivered our Article 9.5 submission as part of our Paris obligations. We are pleased to hear that the Adaptation Committee has already commenced its work on considering approaches to reviewing the overall progress made in achieving the global goal on adaptation, which will be a key element of the global stocktake in relation to adaptation. We concluded the pre-2020 ambition discussions as the Doha Amendment comes into force and the second commitment period closes. We must now turn to the implementation of the Paris Agreement. For that, it is essential that Glasgow delivers the rules for Article 6, including a new and more ambitious mechanism to replace the CDM and the outstanding mandates under the Enhanced Transparency Framework. The substantive exchanges we had during the past days can support progress towards the completion of our mandates. We encourage our presiding officers to capture the sense of our discussions in their reflections prior to the start of our next round of negotiations. Additionally, we are supportive of continuing informal work where it is most needed. Parties must deepen understanding and bridge differences on the various issues before we can meet again in person. We acknowledge the current circumstances pose significant challenges, and we hope participation in a virtual setting, if needed, is manageable to all parties. Finally, the dialogues on oceans and land showed the urgent need for ambitious action towards a healthy ocean and terrestrial ecosystems. We should make use of all the relevant activities within the UNFCCC, including the Global Climate Action Agenda, and strengthen the ocean component within them. Similarly, we see the relationship between land and adaptation already well covered under the Coronivia Joint Work on Agriculture and Nairobi Work Programme, amongst others. The UNFCCC is driving the transition needed for achieving the Paris goals. Enhancing synergies and cooperation with other organizations and processes and acting in a coherent way on different fronts can have a mutually reinforcing impact. We thank once again the presiding officers and the Secretariat for setting up the climate dialogues, and we look forward to a continued good cooperation on the way to Glasgow. Thank you.